welcome to Southern Girl Knits, episode 27. Hope y'all are having a great week. It is the end of the school year here. Woo! It's over. It's done. We're finally finished. And the kids are home. They're somewhere in the house. I've given them instructions not to come down, but we'll see about that. We'll see how they make that. So far so good with summertime recording. We'll see how it goes. I've gotten tons of knitting done this week. Let's see. I'll carry along the theme with podcaster confessions. Didn't feel like fixing my hair again. Got my LSU hat on. And I was going to wear my finished object, but I wanted to be able to show it to you because I'm seriously excited about it. So, but before we get into all that, I'm Tish. I am your host, and you can find me on Ravelry as TishKnits33, and you can find me on Instagram as TishKnits. And I want to send a shout out to Knit & Wolf of Wolf Farms Podcast. Thanks for saying that you liked my show. That was awesome. That was really sweet of you. And she compared me to Knitting Samurai, which Stephanie and I get that a lot. We've never met. She lives in New England, and I'm way down here in the South, and our paths have never crossed, but we've both been told multiple times that I guess we're just, like long-lost sisters. My goal is for us to one day meet. Maybe there'll be an event out there that we both go to. Here's hoping, Stephanie, that we make it to an event together before we're old. So, let's see. What are all the things I have to tell you about? TV watching. I have finished, I think I finished up my horror movie kick. I think that's over with. And kind of what made that be over with was that I watched a movie called Sinister. If you've ever heard of it, if you've ever watched it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a newer movie. I want to say it was like released in 2011, maybe. It's not that old. It has Ethan Hawke in it. I'm not sure of the rest of the cast, but Ethan Hawke is in it. And I started it, and I'm like, ooh, Ethan Hawke, scary movie. This is gonna be great. Okay. Backstory, I've been watching scary movies for years. Started in the 80s with, Twilight Zone, Tales from the Dark Side, what was that? Tales from the Crypt, I don't know, all the scary stuff. And then all the Alfred Hitchcock. Like my mom and I, that was like our thing. We liked to watch the, scary movies and, Dial M for Murder and all those great old movies. And, of course, those were more appropriate for my age, and then, because, my mom did shield me from the ones that were inappropriate, such as The Exorcist and Rosemary's Baby, which I just watched. And there's a reason you should wait till you're 39 to watch those movies. They're scary. But, on the other hand, because I've watched scary movies for so long, they don't really scare me, which is the point. They're kind of scary, and you're like, ooh, and then it's over with, and you're fine. You're like, whatever. Let me tell you about Sinister. No. That movie actually scared me. I think that my brain put up like some kind of mental block so that I could block the movie out. It's that freaky movie. It was weird. So all I have to do to say to that one is nope. Unless you really want to be scared. Hey, if you're out there and you're looking for it's Friday night right now. Hopefully I'll get this up. Maybe you're looking for a scary Friday night movie, lights off, curled up with your husband. Yeah, that'll do it for you. You won't want to sleep alone. It's really scary. I can't say enough about it. Somebody out there is probably going, oh, she's such a baby. I watched that movie. It's nothing. Yeah, it's because your brain blocked it out. It's creepy. So, anywho, got over that, needed some happy stuff, and I like to let my shows build up during the year so that I have something to watch. Binge watch. because I call it spaghetti TV. And the reason I do that is because I never really want spaghetti until I make spaghetti, and then I'm like, ooh, I really like spaghetti. I want a second plate of the spaghetti. It's really good. And so there's certain shows that are like that, and The Good Wife is one of them. So I've got like a backlog of Good Wife. So after all the scary movies, I kind of watched The Good Wife for a little while. And I think I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry if you have headphones on and that was really loud. And then I realized that I had Podcaster Confession 103. I watch Pretty Little Liars. Yes, I do. It's a cute show. I know it's a high school show, and I'm usually not into those. I never could get into, like, Vampire Diaries or any of that because it was so high school. But I actually enjoy Pretty Little Liars. It's kind of fun, and I've got those kind of piled up, so I started watching those, and I think I'm like almost at the end of season 5, which was the season that, because Pretty Little Liars runs weird. It does that weird summertime running, but I don't know. It does the weird non-traditional way of running because I think season 6 just started, so there's like 1 or 2 episodes out right now. So anyway, I gotta finish up season 5 and then I'll have season 6. And I've still got The Good Wife, and I've saved up Castle, and I heard Castle ended really well this season, so I'm looking forward to that. So good summertime TV because I can't really watch scary horror movies with the kids home. So yeah. So what else? What other fun things do I need to tell you about? I think that's it. That's all for the fun things, right? I'm still not reading because I'm waiting for Armada from R.L. Ernest Cline to come out. I saw a lot of you guys post on Instagram saying that you picked it up and you're really loving it. And that makes me so happy. It's like when somebody else enjoys a book like you enjoy a book, you're like, yay. Like, spread the love. So that makes me happy. So for those of you who picked it up, cheers. I hope you enjoy the book because it's that good. In fact, I had hubby download it to my iPod, the audio book, and because he commutes a lot, so a lot of his reading is done with audiobooks because he's in the car for so long. And it's so I had him put it on that so that, because I got to get some exercise. Yeah, got to get that winter weight off. Not even gonna lie, it's like 10 pounds of haunting me, so I need to get my butt in gear. So I'll put that on the I figured that would help me, get out there and go do some walking, do something. And because unfortunately knitting really doesn't burn a lot of calories. Yeah, kind of wish it did. I'd be so skinny. We'd all be skinny. So but anyway, so I've got the audiobook for that, and it's read by Wil Wheaton. Okay, love Wil Wheaton. Total 80s crush that has carried on for decades. Love him. Wish I could meet him. Yeah. Totally in love with Wil Wheaton. Isn't that crazy? If you're not familiar with him, shame on you. I'm just kidding. He's Wesley from Star Trek. He was he in Lean On Me? I'm not Lean On Me. Oh, he was in a bunch of movies. He was in a ton of movies in the 80s and 90s. And big, huge nerd, which is probably why I love him. Because he's a big, huge nerd. He's very active on social media, and he's hilarious. And I love him, and secretly want to meet him really, really bad. Because I think we could be BFFs. And I love that he reads this book. I mean, it's like, because this is like the ultimate nerd book. And so, yeah, super excited about that. All right, let's talk about knitting, right? Okay, so I got a little bit more done on my shawl that I showed you last week. Not much that you would actually be like, oh my God, she knitted the heck out of that. No, but enough done that it makes me happy. So, and this is with the colors from the Arkansas Fiber vest. So that makes me happy. Here's the skein of it. It's from Rachel from Love Knots. She's on Etsy. You can find her there. I've had somebody contact me about getting a scan of the yarn that isn't able to come to the event, and I am working on that. I'm not ignoring your RAV message. I'm just trying to get some information before I email you back with, hey, I have new information. So I am working on that. So, and registration's still open, so get out there and get your classes. And come see me. It'll be awesome. It's Arkansas. It's Hot Springs. It's awesome. There's lots of stuff to do there. So, all right, last week I was working on the callimetry. Remember, is a free pattern on Knitty, and it's really hard to spell, remember, so I spelled it for you last week. Calorimetry. And there's another picture of it. Love this pattern. Fun, easy, simple. Easy to modify if you have a different weight of yarn. Remember the one, let me see if I have it right here. I do. The one that I wore last week, I did out of a DK weight yarn when I made this one. And it has the button. And so I actually cast on the proper amount of stitches that it calls for. Well, this time I used the Manos Maximum. Whoop, dropping it. The Manos Maximum, which is a bulkier weight yarn. So I decreased the amount of stitches, and I love the finished product. It came out so much better than I even dreamt that it would. The colors, I mean, look at that. How happy does this make me? And I found a great little button to put on it. Not that the button matters because it's hidden behind your head. But I found a great button. So, and like I said, it makes, because you're doing short rows, you don't really have to put a buttonhole in. It just makes natural buttonholes because of the way the pattern's written. I love this. I'm thinking that this would be a great, like if I knit a bunch of these would be great for Christmas gifts because you can seriously finish these in like no time at all. And it uses my straight needles. You don't have to use straight needles. But I look for excuses to use my straight needles because I never ever get to use straight needles. Ever. Except dishcloths. With my dishcloths, or let's see, what does Stephanie Knitting Samurai call them? Fancy dinner napkins? Fancy dinner napkins? Is that what it cracks me up when I watch her, and she was saying that she was watching, I think it was Mrs. Fisher, which I've got to watch that, Stephanie. I've heard you talk about it and it being really good. And they call them fancy dinner napkins. So for Tristan, she knits him fancy dinner napkins. Here they're still just washcloths, sweetie. I'm just not as fancy as you. I had the urge to sing. I'm not going to do it, right? Oh, what the heck. I'm so fancy. Okay, so anyway, I get to use my straight needles for it, and it makes me happy. So enough said about that. So, if any of you have discovered Dubsmash, okay, it's this app where you can lip sync pieces of songs and send them to people. So my husband and I will lip sync really funny songs and then send them to my daughter when she's like at school or something, just to make her laugh because it's hilarious. I'd show them to you, but I'm pretty sure that Russ would kill me. And so yeah. So next up, let's go past that now. I'll go off on these crazy tangents. Let's get back on track. So I still have this much of the Manos Maxima left, which is a lot, right? And I have the cream color. Remember the hat and the cowl that I knit. Again, the Mad Tosh. What is the name of this cowl? Like, totally slipped my mind. Honey cowl. I had used these. And so I've done a hat, I've done the callimetry, I've done the cowl. This much yarn left. I'm thinking mittens. Why not, right? I mean, I can't let this go to waste. I adore, I love and adore this yarn. It's just awesomeness in a cake. And so I'm going to use every little bit that I can. And so I'm thinking cuff with this. And I'm thinking fingerless mitts because it doesn't get so cold here, and unless it's snowy weather, and then I'm not going to bring my hand and it's out and snowy to play in the snow. No. So I'm thinking fingerless mitts. So cuff and maybe the ribbing around the top in the cream and the body of the fingerless mitts in this. We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to keep it in my nice put-a-loop bag because you got to keep that going on. And we'll let that hang out there and simmer for a little while and see if I feel like casting those on. Because right now, I am focusing on my little Prince socks that I have in my Toile Doctor Who bag. Yeah, you see the silence in there? Ooh. Not sure how much is shiny and how much you can see, but it's in there. So, got to the point of these socks where, and I think I was watching Pretty Little Liars when I did this, I'm at the point of decreasing for the toe. Yay me, I'm so excited. And I'm doing, instead of, usually when I decrease for the toe, I will decrease around, knit around, decrease around, knit around, so on and so forth. Well, I wasn't really paying very much attention because I was watching the TV show and realized that when I got to here that I needed to do a shorter decrease for the toe because I kind of went a little too long and I have very short feet. Wide feet, but short feet. So I'm just decreasing every round. So you will notice that the decrease is going a lot faster than it normally would. And second sock is at the same point. I haven't started the decreases because I will go ahead and do all the decreases for the toe here and stop when it gets ready for the Kitchener and put it down and go ahead and do all the decreases for the toe here and then get them both ready for Kitchener and then just Kitchener them both one after the other. And bam, voila, Little Prince socks. So hopefully you'll be able to see finished Little Prince socks next week. Maybe next week because my kiddos every summer, you know that we're from Louisiana and our whole family is in Louisiana, right? And so every summer the kids get to go visit their grandparents for a week. And the older they get, the busier they get. The kids, not the grandparents. The kids get busier. They have projects. Lainey's taking PE this summer so that she can get one of her extra credits out of the way so she can have an extra elective for her freshman year because she's joining the debate team and she needed that credit cleared up. And then, so she's got debate meetings during the summer and she's very involved in our church and they've got Vacation Bible School. And we've got all kinds of things just going on. Summer's really busy. So the only week that worked out is next week for them to be able to go. So they're heading to Louisiana to visit grandparents for the week. And I'm really not sure, I want to say like, oh my gosh, I'll get all this knitting done and because it'll be so quiet and peaceful in the house. But realistically speaking, I'm going to be kidless for a week. I might just go find a pool and hang out by the pool all week long. So I'm really not going to promise you guys anything. I can promise you that I will try. How about that? Promise I will try to get something done so that I have something to show you guys. If not, I might take a week off and it might be like my vacation time. We shall see. So, all right, you guys know that we're running the contest for the Knit Picks yarn, the tonal Knit Picks yarn, the fixed circular needle size 0, and the sock yarn One Skein Wonder book, which is awesome. And I would say who it's by, but it's by a bunch of different authors. There's patterns by everybody in here. They're like you could see, there's on the front of the book. There's all kinds of things to choose from. Baby stuff, gift stuff, all kinds of fun things. There's all kinds of fun things in this book. I love it. So we're doing this as an Instagram giveaway, and it's not going as well as I thought it would. I thought we'd have more entries, and I'm thinking that maybe there's not as many people on Instagram out there, or maybe you're tagging it wrong, so it's not showing up, because I can search for hashtags on Instagram, and See, it shows me that there's only 5 that have entered for the event, but I'm hearing chatter that like, oh, I entered for it, and I'm thinking if you put in even one thing wrong for the hashtag, it's not going to pick it up, and if it doesn't pick it up, then I can't see it. Um, so it might even be a good idea for you to tag me, to like put at Tishnitz so that I see it, and then that way I can see if your hashtag is wrong and still enter you in. I'll put it across the screen, or across the screen. I never know which way it's going to go. Like, either way, here it is. That's the hashtag. It's SGK Win 1. The number 1. Not ONE. Just the number 1. So, but if you're not on Instagram and you're thinking, hey, that's a really great contest and I can't participate in it, let me know on Ravelry. Feel free to start a thread in the group. I'm not like the crazy moderator that's like, oh, don't start threads without permission. Start a thread. It's fine. Start a thread that says, contest. Let me know. Hey, I'm not on Instagram. I have no desire to be on Instagram. But I really want to be in the contest. And let me know, because I'm going to let this contest go a little longer because it's a great contest, and I don't know if there's just, like I said, a glitch in the hashtag, or if there's just not enough people on Instagram. Either way, let me know so that we can fix that, because if you want to be in the contest but you're opposed to, that type of social media, hey, I'm okay with that. We can run it both ways. We can, put it on Instagram and on the Ravelry group, and I can still put everybody in a spreadsheet, give them numbers, and draw from there. And I am okay with that. I will do the work for you guys. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm happy with it. So either way, we're going to let that run until I record next time. So let me know. Don't be shy. There's no reason to be shy. Let's see. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I am getting a lot of things off the needles, which is making me want to cast things on the needles. So I need some good ideas. It's summertime knitting, so I want smaller things. I want smaller projects. I don't want anything big. I'm hearing doors opening and closing, so I will let you guys go. And I hope that you have an awesome week, and hopefully I'll see you in a week. But if not, don't worry, I'll be back. It just means that I went on my own little vacation. So don't forget to always be awesome, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.